Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Top Drive Show. Today we have our first video of 2022 showcasing our latest prize car, the Peugeot 208 WRX. Now this car features some very interesting stats, reaching the speed of 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 2 seconds. With off-road tires and an insane performance, this car will be one of the most powerful additions to any rally garage in Top Drives. I've invited Will to give you a brief rundown of the car's history and show you footage of it competing against rivals, featuring a preview of some of our updated 3D environments and new car models. So Will, your turn.
Cheers, Dimitri. Oh, the Peugeot 208. I loved the first generation of this car. It really felt like Peugeot was getting its act together, really trying to relive the glory days of the 205 in the 1980s. Okay, so the standard 208 wasn't massively exciting, and it was a long way from being as pretty as the crisp, lovely looking 205. And then the first go at a 208 hot hatch, the GTI, well, that was just a bit plain. It was all right, but nothing more than that. But then we got the 208 GTI 30th anniversary. This car was built to celebrate 3 decades since the 205 GTI was launched. It came with loads of trick new bits that turned the 208 GTI into something really spectacular. The 30th morphed into the 208 GTI by Peugeot Sport, and honestly, that car is one of my favourite hot hatches of all time. Small but so tough. It felt full of really expensive componentry, but it was also wildly fun. A worthy member of Peugeot's elite hot hatches, that's for sure. Along with nailing the road-going hot hatches, Peugeot also thrust the 208 into motorsport. It went rallying. There wasn't a full-on WRC car, admittedly, but just a R2 and an R5 version, the latter of which was called the 208 T16, which, if you're a fan of 80s Group B rallying, the 205 T16, and I very much am, that 208 didn't really seem worthy of such a title. It just wasn't insane enough. But Peugeot had already used the famous T16 title on a much more suitable car, the 208 T16 Pikes Peak. In proper T16 fashion, it was only really loosely based on the way the road car looked. It also had a mid-mounted 800 horsepower turbo V6, and it was used by the world's greatest ever rally driver, Sebastian Loeb, to smash the Pikes Peak world record in 2013. Perhaps that's not quite as spectacular as winning multiple drivers and constructors titles in the most thrilling and competitive era that rallying has ever seen, like the 205 T16 did, but still, it's fantastic and properly credible, there's no doubt about it. Of course, the 208's competition life didn't end there. Peugeot also campaigned in what's maybe the most spectacular form of motorsport of the moment, Rallycross. The 208 WRX has all the explosive performance that makes these short sprint races so much fun. It also has the agility and ability to slide around that keeps audiences and people like me captivated. Plus, if that wasn't enough, it was successful. The 208 WRX won multiple manufacturers' championships and a driver's title. It might well be competitive against other rallycross cars, but in Top Drivers, we can see what the 208 WRX is like against something a little different. Something that might be, maybe, even faster. So, first up, let's see what it's like against a proper rally legend, the Porsche 959 Dakar. Out on the gravel hairpin course, the 208's ballistic acceleration, short wheelbase and modern drivetrain means that it's fast off the line, quick around the tighter bends, and can accelerate harder than the Porsche. The 959 isn't too far behind though, but it is still a comfortable win for the Peugeot. Let's try another Porsche, shall we? Something more modern. The Macan Turbo with a performance pack, and let's do it on the 1 mile gravel drag race. Initially, the 208 doesn't get the same traction as the Macan, but it's not long before the Peugeot is out in front. Its sprint gearing and relatively low top speed, though, only 130 miles per hour, means the Porsche does begin to creep back, but the Porsche just isn't fast enough to steal the win and the Peugeot takes it. Finally, let's see what it's like against a Pikes Peak car. Not the 208 T16, but Suzuki's Pikes Peak XL7. We'll try it on a dirt, twisty circuit. The two cars are close to begin with, but this course is very much like a rallycross track rather than the faster curves of the Colorado hill climb. And the 208 wiggles around and it pulls out a comfortable lead over the Suzuki. The Peugeot 208 lineup then, it is filled with fun road cars, record-breaking competition cars, and certainly in the case with the 208 WRX, very useful cars in top drives.
Thanks, Will, for demonstrating to us the capabilities of the Peugeot 208 WRX, our next Tri-Series prize car. If you enjoyed this episode, we would highly appreciate you guys giving us a thumbs up and leaving a comment below with your thoughts about the car. Otherwise, feel free to visit any of our other social pages on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram to join the discussion. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next episode of the Top Drive Show. Bye bye.